Helen Keller's historic speech challenging disability perceptions. The marble halls of Congress have heard countless voices, but none quite like this. On March 27, 1912, a 31-year-old woman who could neither see nor hear came to make them listen. Helen Keller, accompanied by her teacher and Sullivan, climbs the Capitol steps. In her hand, she carries a speech that will challenge everything Congress thinks about disability. At this time, being blind often meant being helpless, at least in the public's mind. Most blind Americans live in poverty. Few employers will hire them. Even fewer schools will teach them. But Helen Keller knows different. Through years of determination, she's learned not only to read and write, but to speak audibly, a skill she's about to use before the most powerful audience in America. The room falls silent as she rises to speak. Her voice, shaped by years of practice she could never hear, fills the chamber. The welfare of the blind is not a matter of charity, but of justice and right. Congressmen lean forward, straining to understand her unique pronunciation. But her words are clear. Give us the chance to show what we can do. The blind are not asking for charity, but opportunity. She presents hard facts. 75% of blindness is preventable. With proper education and training, blind people can work in dozens of professions. The cost of supporting them through education is far less than the cost of permanent dependency. Her testimony helps secure funding for books in Braille, education programs, and vocational training. But she's fighting for something even more important: dignity. Today, the Americans with Disabilities Act protects the rights Helen Keller first demanded. Blind Americans serve as lawyers, teachers, scientists, even members of Congress. But in 1912, this future was almost impossible to imagine. What many don't know, this was just the beginning. Helen Keller would spend the next 5 decades fighting for workers' rights, women's suffrage, and racial equality. She understood that the fight for dignity knows no boundaries. Looking back at March 27, 1912, we see more than just a speech. We see the moment America began to understand that disability rights are human rights, that every voice deserves to be heard, even those society had silenced. Remember this date. Remember how one woman who could neither see nor hear made Congress listen and changed the course of American civil rights. If you enjoyed History Sparks, where every day you get historical event in U.S. history, subscribe and hit the like button.